it's like humid and it's like crazy. You don't really. It just has a different. Don't get me wrong. The sun, it seems like the rays are closer to you.
Yeah,
They're probably permeating, deeply. But you don't feel. I don't feel the suffering of the heat. Now I'm not standing outside. Don't get it twisted. I'm not standing out in the sun.
Yeah, that's true.
Working.
Once it
It
gets
feels beautiful.
Oh, it does.
rain start.
Okay, that's when it gets turned
it's like
up.
a torch.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We came the right time.
Y'all
Wow,
did.
visit.
Yeah, right before rainy
I
season.
think they call it their fall. They're
Okay,
coming
that's what we
with
was
their,
talking about.
Okay.
They're coming out of their fall. Because around January, February, it's breezy at night.
It feels,
It
like,
really good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
wait
yeah.
till May. May.
Super
You're gonna
hot.
be so mad.
Right. So May is when the
Yes,
rain.
no more breeze.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still good though.
Okay.
Make them old bones feel real good.
Okay.
All right, now babe, let's who? But let's start again, guys. Hey, we wasn't recording now, so now y'all know how Bag Family do it.
Right.
We don't edit, and if we mess up, we okay. Let's just start over again. Okay, so let's introduce ourselves again and stuff, right? We just gonna hear y'all voice or no? Okay, is the voice okay?
Yes, good.
It's 40 million. They ain't gonna pick you out. Okay, we go. No, huh? Yeah, that's right. There you go. Say it again, big man. We're gonna introduce ourselves again briefly, so some people can watch this thing.
I'm Josiah, and I'm from Atlanta.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Jamil from Senegal.
All right, brother.
I'm Sherry from New Jersey, but lived in Georgia for several years.
Georgia?
Yes.
Georgia Peach. Hey,
He's from Georgia.
sweet mama.
In Georgia.
That's where my family
Oh, really? Dublin?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
my
He
father's
was
family.
born. She said that's a
Macon
family.
in Dublin.
Dublin, Georgia?
Yeah.
You know any?
Kinsey's, there's Mitchell's.
Now Mitchell might.
There's a Mitchell church there.
Okay.
Smaller place.
Cause we like
My
the.
corner, you
My
right back
grandmother
out.
was one of 12.
Okay, cause we're
We had
like
lots
the.
of children.
Cause we're like the Dunbars, the Vines,
Walkers.
Hendersons, Walkers. So wow.
Yeah.
I know we related then.
Probably so.
Now my mom gonna see this video and say, I know her. That's Johnny Mae's daughter. You know, something like that and stuff, right? Everybody knows Sweet Juicy Mama.
Yes.
Chatan, Baltimore, Maryland.
All right, go ahead now.
Right. Aaron, is my wife, and Baltimore City represent Dowfield Avenue, Poplar Grove Street.
Okay. All right.
We're here, and y'all need to.
Come check it out though.
Yes,
So,
sir.
all right, so everybody don't feel left out, so who are y'all?
Jesse and Tanika from North Carolina.
All right. Okay, welcome family, welcome family. So hey, let's ask how long have y'all been here?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Okay. How long have y'all been here? Josiah, how long have y'all been here? Since November. Tell us, you know, are you married? I just asked. I just asked. So as a young man, as a young single man, what do you think of the Gambia? You can be honest, bro. You don't like it? That's good. You know what I'm saying? People got to deal with it. How do you feel about the Gambia? Okay, you want us to come back to you?
All right, man, let's do that.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Because I'm looking at her out the corner of the eye. I'm looking at her out the corner. Boy, you better say something. I saw the corner of her eye.
Yes.
You did give that look. So, Mama, tell us how you feel about the Gambia.
I love Gambia. It's very peaceful. The people were coming from the door very warm. We spent most of our time in Senegal, so we got here, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
but,
okay.
I mean, the people were amazing. I didn't
That's
have
cool.
any issues with anyone.
All right.
They're just loving and helpful. Yeah.
Got you. So you say you was in Senegal.
Since
So,
November.
so what are your views of Senegal? Because basically, Senegal and Gambia the same thing.
I love
Gambia right in the middle, of Senegal. Hello, they the same, in my opinion. But how do you feel about Senegal? I mean, you say you've been there most of the time.
Yeah, I love Senegal.
Really?
Yeah, the people were great. There was a little disconnect as far as the language, but my husband knows how you know, he's from Senegal. He can speak
Speak
different
French.
languages, and we're learning like Wolof and
Oh,
a
that's
little
cool.
French, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Personne parle français au Sénégal.
On parle français.
Un peu.
Non, tu parles bien, mon frère.
Quand j'étais étudiant au lycée, j'ai tout seulement.
Ok, à Dakar ou bien? T'as été à Dakar une fois?
Aux États-Unis, quand
Aux États-Unis, ok.
j'avais 2 ans,
Oui, c'est bien, là. Tu progresses là.
13 ans.
Ouais, that's very good.
That's good.
Aussi,
Oh,
à la
okay.
université.
We together.
Oh, j'aime ça.
Ooh, look at that.
Pas beaucoup nos prix,
Look at my brothers.
lit un peu.
Mais même ce que tu as dit là, c'est beaucoup.
C'est,
It's not
I
too
don't even know
much.
what you just
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
I knew you said a lot.
Don't worry, it's a lot, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Ah.
You know something in a language is just is a lot.
Okay.
Wow,
Saying hi
that's
is a lot.
good.
Yes, yes.
And learning some of the greetings have helped
Yeah.
a lot, but he knows how to speak. Yeah, Fulham, Mandinka, Wolof,
Wow.
English.
Ain't that something?
You got the
Thank you. Now that's talent. Now that's talent.
Ooh, that's a
Now,
lot.
now my turn to speak French. Voulez-vous chez toi?
Right,
Okay, whatever that means. You know, whatever. Don't ask me what that means, but I heard the song. Don't ask me what that means, but I heard the song. Okay. All right. What?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. I just know the song. That's it. Okay. All right then. Okay. Then. All right.
Patty LaBelle and them.
That's all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know. All right. So, Mama, tell us what brings y'all to the smiling coast of West Africa, the Gambia.
Y'all. I mean, frankly, you know,
Wow.
this is he always says it's a fact-finding trip.
Ah.
I can say for me personally, I've never really felt any allegiance or any connection to the land of my foreparents,
Wow.
my ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the States.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And so I've kind of always felt a connection to Africa.
Okay.
Always felt a connection to Africa.
All right.
It wasn't until last year that I had finally decided, okay, I can't do it no more.
Enough is enough.
Can't do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm here.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That's why I'm here. This is part of the process of me returning.
Uh-huh. I understand. All right. So how long have you been here thus far?
Since, what, Thursday? We
Right.
landed Thursday?
Right, so a little under a week.
Oh, about a week?
Right.
Okay, well, give us an assessment of, and then we'll ask you the same series of questions, okay? So tell us what's your assessment or how you feel about coming to the Gambia. What have you experienced during those 7 days since you've been here?
It's been challenging. And not the people. And not the place. I love the place. Personally.
Okay.
It's been challenging. What we talked about earlier was this recovery process, recovering from the trauma
Right.
of our experience in the diaspora.
Ah.
And so I'm here now, and I'm like, wow, I love it. I feel at home. I feel more freer than I've ever felt. I don't
Right.
have that extra baggage,
Yeah.
extra weight of it. A lot of our people don't realize they have it. Once you leave, you realize you have it.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? I
That
feel
is
like
true.
I can walk more freely.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I can't deny that I've been infected.
Yeah, that's true.
I
That
mean,
is
I've
true.
been infected. And so it's been challenging moving through that. But I'm up for the challenge.
There you go. There you go.
I'm up for the challenge.
Go ahead, warrior queen. That's what I'm talking about. All right, big man. So what brings you to the Gambia?
Well, I like when she said you, and I was talking to Cynthia about this. You know, for right, y'all.
Okay.
I tell you,
All right.
the team over here.
Yeah, I see.
They're doing what they do.
We got to separate them.
Right.
No, I knew we had to separate them, but that's okay.
What I was saying, and now I'll answer your question in part with this is, I can't necessarily say I don't feel a connection in the States because the connection is defined through blood and through relations.
Right.
My people been there 10 generations.
Mhm.
We're, if you really want to get to the nitty gritty, we're more American than 90-something% of Americans.
Give me some. Give me some.
Now,
Give me some.
That being said, my deeper identification, I'm talking about from a DNA standpoint,
Right.
is on the continent of Africa. Now, why do I say that? Because my expression as a human being is in this body.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody see this body and they know it's African.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So there's no point in denying this.
Mm-hmm.
So because of the climate, and I'm talking about the social, economic, political, etc., the extreme violence, okay, and all those things, I've not been able to feel a true connection with the state.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Exactly.
Um,
Barriers.
So my move and our move here is because, and I was saying this earlier, enough respect to the brothers and sisters who will stay and keep fighting the good fight. I will support them.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever time is left that the divine gives me,
Mm-hmm.
I get to, as an adult, choose what that experience will look like.
Right.
And so I choose to come here
Mm-hmm.
and let my own imagination, my own energies, define my experience. And
Right.
not some preset limitation. And every time I walk into a store, people looking at me like I'm crazy. Every time I step on an elevator, people
Thank you.
tucking their, their purse and crossing the street and all
Right.
this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, I understand the unconsciousness of people. I'm suffering from it too, but I like to think, I like the word you use, recovery. I like to think I'm in the process of recovering.
Right.
The first part of that process is to admit it.
That's right.
Like, yo, I've been in a delusional state of affairs.
Thank you.
I want to get in touch with reality. So
Mhm.
reality, for me, leads me back home
Mm-hmm.
in the deepest sense, which is back
Right.
Africa.
I agree. All right. That was beautiful now, bro. I see that y'all got these beautiful shirts on. Can y'all elaborate on that? We Out, Harriet Tubman, 1849.
Once again, let me
My Facebook, I started a Facebook group. You know it too.
Uh-huh.
Group.
Tell us.
We out.
Okay.
Hashtag we out.
We out.
Okay.
That's it.
That's the name of your Facebook group.
That's it.
All right then. Say it one more time.
Hashtag
We out. We out.
Don't get no simpler than that.
Right.
I don't.
Awesome. Now, are y'all YouTubers too?
No.
No,
Not yet.
we thought about it. But
You thought about it.
I don't think, at least, I'm not going to speak to the time, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a whole lot to that. And,
Right,
what I'm trying to focus
what y'all
on,
gonna
really
do.
is not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that'll come down the pike. I can only speak from where I'm sitting
Right.
at this moment.
Right.
But I don't have any, what do you call it? I don't, aspiration, my brother.
Right.
Thank you. I don't have any strong aspiration here.
Yeah. Now I didn't either. Now I got pressured into doing this. You see what I'm saying? Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they forced me to do it and stuff, but I didn't want to do it. It was just another way to document our journey, so whoever comes behind us can say, okay, wait a minute now. I'm thinking about going over here. What did they go through? Let's make sure we don't have to go through that. So that's why we did it.
Because when we got here, we didn't have anybody to show us what we're actually showing you now.
Right.
We only, a lot of people that when we was in the States, they were saying, oh yeah, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, come here.
We've been coming back and forth. I live in UK, blah, blah, blah. And we will meet when we get here. But when we got here, we didn't see that.
Nobody. We was on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would not come back.
Yeah.
We just said, oh, where was that?
And
Let's do this.
and those very same people that were saying that we've been on the continent for 5 years, we still have yet to meet those people.
And they
5 years
come
later.
here every week.
Yeah, 5 years later, still have yet to meet them. So you're like, hey, what was that all about? You know what I'm saying?
I understand
The
that.
only
Yeah.
thing I can say about that on a positive note is maybe their sole mission was to inspire y'all to get here.
Well, see, they didn't actually inspire us to get here.
Cause I was like, no, that ain't it. I was like, that ain't it.
Plugging for
They just
a
told
little
us
Wow.
that they come here on a regular
Oh, okay.
basis.
Right.
And we will meet.
Yeah.
Y'all visited first before y'all actually
Two-
came.
yeah,
Yes,
2 weeks.
since 2015.
Yeah. Now let's be honest. Now it wasn't just people from the UK.
There was a lot.
It was people from America too that said, hey, we can get in touch with y'all and all that stuff. And we've yet to meet those people too.
Right.
But once we started the YouTube thing and started documenting our journey, a influx of them was coming in and saying, okay, hey, now we can get together. Like we all of a sudden, met their approval. You know what I'm
So all the
saying?
people in YouTube world that's watching this through the Bag channel, I'm not being paid to say what I'm about to say. But Rick and Cynthia keep it 100 on that score,
Thank you, brother.
which is we communicated with them. They were receptive. We got here. They were inviting, and they welcomed us.
Right.
It wasn't no duck and dodging.
Right.
You know, catch me if you
We had
can.
gotten some Dunkin' Donuts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had.
You know, it was none of that. Not with
Right.
them.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
That's my word.
Well, we try to keep it real now. We try to keep it real, and
Because we want to, see everybody succeed. How are we supposed to be unify? If we want to keep playing these stupid games.
yeah, that's right.
We left from the West.
Right.
We don't
Right.
need to bring it in.
Yeah, leave that there.
You know?
Yeah, leave that there.
It's not going to work if we're going to unify.
So I just want to ask the brother now. I'm gonna move around, bruh, and I want to ask you now. There's a rapid influx of us coming in from the UK, America, Canada, Jamaica. How do the continental Africans feel about us coming in here, coming back home?
It's a good deal because this land that doesn't own for us African, like for us we are living here in Africa.
Right.
Like Africa belongs to all blacks.
All
I
blacks.
cannot say just Africa. I can say like the world belongs to us.
You're right.
Yeah.
The world does belong to us.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because black was the first creator.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Created us after we,
Thank you.
know?
And
And it's like we are so good. That's why, like they are using us as a, because, we forgive, but we cannot forget.
Right.
Yeah, but we have to forgive. So, by this time, you are welcome because that's your mother's land.
Thank you, brother.
It's not a joke. That's the true reality.
Right.
Where you go, and I welcome you guys to come here, to have a success.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because you've never been there, but you know what's happened there. Because you were stolen from your mama's land.
Right.
Why not you have to come back?
Thank you.
You have to be afraid, no police gun, no police, no nothing. Just
That's
like
right.
brothers and sisters,
Mm-hmm.
That's
My
how we
man.
are, like, we welcome you,
Thank you now, brother.
Africa, yeah.
All right.
Africa
Now,
is so beautiful, yeah.
okay. Now,
You're welcome, bro.
and I want to throw this out there now because you got a lot of people out there that like to create mischief and start up false alliances and divide and conquer. And so a lot of people kind of got this floating around out there that continental Africans don't like Africans in the diaspora. Have you heard anything to that magnitude that, we don't like each other, we think we better than each other? Have you heard anything nonsense like that?
Yeah, I heard a lot of things, and I know a lot of things about that too, because it's just ignorant. You say that.
That's right.
Because it's like divide to rule. It's just in our, some people, it's their concept.
Right.
Like even our government, they don't know what's going on. Even they know, but it's like it's already signed. The
Right.
white man thing is already signed, and you cannot know. But that's we, citizens, we have to go,
Right.
to help each other to grow, But like me, I'm a Senegalese, but when I come to Gambia, I don't believe in I'm a Gambian, or I don't believe in that. I just
Right.
see myself as an African.
That's what we
I can
say.
go everywhere I want in Nigeria.
Thank
everywhere,
you.
You know what I mean?
That's what we
Yeah,
say.
that's what I believe.
Right.
That's what I believe. And you guys have to come down and have to come,
Right.
My brothers too, they have to, to be more knowledgeable to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you are here, you are part of here. You don't see an American black man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see an African black
Right.
man there, yeah?
Yeah.
It's just that take too long, but you're from Africa.
Right.
Yeah, it's not, nobody can hide it.
Mhm.
All this, what's going on. A long time, that's why, we fight for you guys to come back. From
Thank
here,
you.
Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, it's where
Right.
you want to live.
Yeah.
That, it's going to be good.
I agree, bro.
That's my concept and my thinking.
All right. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we say too now. Like a lot of people like to say, hey, Rickerson, y'all over there, y'all representing us in America, woo woo. And we say, no, it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We say we represent the global African.
Africa, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it be in Jamaica or Haiti or the Caribbean or wherever, France, America, we represent the global African. We swear no allegiance to anybody. We only swear allegiance to, y'all ready? Black man, black woman, black babies, black empowerment. That's our allegiance. Now, if you ain't with the program, you ain't part of the team, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what we put out there. But, you know, a lot of people want to, you know, stir up the divide and conquer, like, you know, Nigerians don't like South Africans or Gambians don't like Senegalese. You know, hey, that's all.
At the end of the day, we all
Yeah,
one.
that's all divide and conquer doctrine and stuff. You know, we're one people. We just having different tongues. You see what I'm saying? And different idiosyncrasies, or if you really want to take it down to the nitty gritty, little customs and stuff. But bottom line, we're one people.
I think
You
it
know,
was put in place for
yeah. Respect your elders.
I like to say different expressions of African.
Right. Exactly right.
Different expressions of African.
Right.
Depending on where you are located.
Thank you.
On the globe.
Exactly right. And that's what we like to espouse. So let's not let other people write the narrative
Right.
and we follow the script. Hey, let's create our own script. You know what I'm saying? A new beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest threat to America is not the Chinese, and I said that to y'all earlier. It's not the Chinese. It's not the Russians. It's not the what's some Iranians. You see what I'm saying? The biggest threat to America
Black America.
is Africans in the diaspora coming back home to the African continent.
Exactly.
That's the biggest threat. You see what I'm saying? Because we're going to come back and say, hey, we've been inventing for these people for the longest, and yet we have nothing to show for it. You know what I'm saying? So when we come home with our inventions, ingenuity, energy, we build up the continent. It's a done deal.
Resources. All
Thank
that.
you. It's a done deal. And some people, now we know some people, and we can look right here and say, y'all still ain't been in the camera now. I just want y'all to know. When I go too far, I say, oh. But anyway, you know, we know, yeah, all right? Okay, but we know some people ain't gonna come over here and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And personally, I'm like the Honorable Marcus Garvey said, some people ain't no good over there, and they ain't gonna be no good over here. So I don't have any problem with them coming. You know what I'm saying? You know what's best for you. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to stay there and give this murderous culture your energies, fine and dandy. But don't put me down and try to discredit me because I say, hey, enough is enough. I desire something better than this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like I was saying earlier, they don't have 50-something years of my life to treat me with kindness, and they get a fat flying F. They fail. You see what I'm saying? They fail. And so when I come over here, I'm like, hey, I got a fresh start to do my thing with people that look like me. And so, hey, leave me alone. Get out of here. Come on, leave. Leave, guard dog. So that's what you do. Yawn to me. Yeah, get him out of here and stuff. Or her out of here and stuff. So anyway.
I want to hear what Josiah got to say.
Oh,
Okay.
thank
He's
you.
like, what?
Thank you for keeping me on point. Thank you for keeping me on point. I don't have plenty of time. Let's zoom around. Now, Mama, you might have to kick him. You might have to kick him now.
I'm ready.
Come on, young single
How
man.
dare you put that back on me?
Come on, man. Tell us your impressions.
As a young single man.
I mean, the experience.
Yeah, Aja.
I mean, that's all I can say at the moment.
Have you had an opportunity to kind of parlay, get together, hang out, chop it up with people your age? I mean, Gambians age, people from Senegalese, African, continental Africans, as we might call them in this conversation.
Yes and no at the same time. It's like the people I'm around, like they're much older than me.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to hang out with kids my age because then someone's so immature. So they might say something. I'm just gonna say if they say something stupid, I'm like, what? Why would they say that? And then
Right.
with the other people, it's like I learn more from them than I do the young people.
This is your preference.
Yeah, that was me
And,
too.
You know, from where, you know, like when you're in ATL, this is kind of how you move.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
Got you, D.
I got you.
So how?
So how were you when you touched down in Senegal? How
I
did you
mean,
feel?
no matter where I'm at, I'm a part of my environment, so.
Did you
Okay.
feel at home? Did you feel?
Oh, yeah.
Was it a culture shock?
So how old are you, young man?
17.
Yeah.
17. Wow, young man.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Wow.
He adapted.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Got
Got you then. All right.
Just like our boys, they did too. When they,
Okay, so
the girls didn't, but the boys.
So the difference between, at least in your mind, the difference between here and Atlanta, America.
To be honest, to me, it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, they got bad people over there, they got bad people here. It's just how you, I wouldn't say what you see, but what you experience. So what you experience determines on how you act and how you move. It's like in Atlanta, you meet the wrong person, they guide you a different way. Come here, they can do the same thing. So how you think about it, that's it.
Got you. Now, while you was up in Senegal, did you see activities or resources that you could take available as a young 17-year-old brother over here? I mean, did you see something that you can kind of get involved with? You know, like maybe football or basketball or chess club or something like that? You know, huh?
We found a basketball.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. So you was able to find something to blend in with, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's good then. All right.
Helping with the mobile library. Like he's helping with volunteering for that.
What? I didn't hear that. No.
He's helping with volunteering with a mobile library. With,
Oh,
like,
really?
lost-
Awesome. Good deal. That is a good deal. You want to tell us about that program?
I think they had.
Or not yet? Okay, I'm gonna help you out.
Do they have a library here in Bonjour?
I think we've got one, and we're gonna change that. I think we've got one library here in the Gambia, and that's in Bonjour, the University of Bonjour. And they do have some little satellite libraries, but you go in there, it ain't really a library because all it is about Dick, Jane, and Spot. You know what I'm saying? So,
So it's really nothing set up for that.
yeah.
That's
But-
I'm an avid reader.
Same here.
That's disappointing.
Right. So we got to get those books in here,
I'm
and
an avid reader.
we got to get those books in here and spread the word, because a lot of brothers and sisters on the continent aren't aware of what we go through in the diaspora.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was just thinking about listening to the young brother. I was thinking about the whole idea of education. And one of the things that I'm
Hey, now
finding
tap
out
me if y'all-
is
Tap me if y'all need a
I know
ride,
how
man.
whack
Okay.
the education
Okay.
that we
Okay.
get just from its foundation. I think it was Malcolm that said, "The man that don't treat you right won't teach you right." So I get that. The part in the last maybe year or so that I've been absorbing is the miseducation of this continent. Children going to school here.
Beautiful
what
wording.
They're being exposed to.
Right.
And then I started thinking how powerful this colonization program that's been kicked for the last several hundred years. You know, going back what's up? That's my man right there. You know, you famous, bro. What's happening, Jay?
James
I
McMoore.
almost didn't recognize you because you shaved the joint. Shaved the
You
joint.
said yesterday,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, James Mac.
Yeah.
Raheem.
Yeah. But the thing that it added insult to injury. I'm already injured just from growing up where I grew up, right?
Hello.
And the education, you said Spot, Jane, Dick,
But that was cold.
Hansel, Gretel, and all
Thank
that.
you. That was the code.
You know, and so here's the thing. I've had to seek knowledge of self. And you would think
Right, that
here
it's being
on the
enhanced
continent,
that they would be, but
when you go into the education system at least, I'm just talking about the education system because one of the advantages obviously they have is it's in their culture. So knowledge of self is in their tribe, it's in their village, it's in their,
Language.
homes. When they go to school, those schools seem mostly, and I could be wrong, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but mostly were set up by the colonizers.
Thank you.
and therefore kick their program. And so here today, 2021, you talk to brothers from the continent, sisters from the continent, and they may or may not know the reality of things as they are happening and unfolding in the world.
That's right.
And I'm like, wow, miseducation. You know, Carter G. Woodson wrote that book, The Miseducation of the Negro, but really it was the miseducation of the world.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That's
You know
it.
what I mean?
That's
What
it.
they did to us over there.
Right.
And Jesus doing here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just talking about that, how we were saying that the international schools are not allowed to even speak their native tongue.
Exactly.
Found that out firsthand.
So
Yes.
it's like, that's by design.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm pointing to.
And then
That
what are
kind
they
of thing.
learning?
Right.
European history.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm pointing
That's
to.
it.
Yep.
That's what's it.
And you know, I wouldn't even be so mad if they learned European. And listen, I am of the planet Earth, so I don't have no qualms with getting understanding about every corner of it. But don't make everything centered from Europe, which is the most recent expression of man.
Ain't that something?
Okay, and you've just forsaken the richest, the deepest, the original expression, and not only threw that off center, but threw that into the trash can.
They lied about it.
Right.
Ain't that something?
And hold up. Not only lied about it, but picked and chose and stole the
It's a-
history,
legacy.
restamped it, repackaged it,
Yep.
and then came and taught it back to us.
Ain't that something?
To hear today, most people will tell you that Jesus, that Jesus of Nazareth, carpenter from Judea, is this white man. And he hangs on the walls of most churches. And I'm a PK. If you don't know what that means, I'm a preacher's kid. So I grew up on the fifth pew of every church up and down the East Coast. And so I'm telling you, this white kid, and I always questioned it.
Me too.
Why? Because they had me go to Bible school. So I'm
Me
reading
too.
the Bible, and I'm looking at this skin of bronze and hair of wool, and you know what I mean, the eye color. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I look at the map. I'm checking out the geography.
Ain't checking
and
out.
I'm like, asking
Something ain't right.
questions. So of course I get put in the timeout. Get married.
Yep.
They're like, you a troublemaker.
You the devil.
Why? Because I'm making people uncomfortable. You see what I mean?
Asking questions.
Right. So I don't know about y'all, but in my family, I've always kind of been, you know, in much respect to my clan, you know, it's love. But I've always been kind of like the black sheep.
Hello.
In a way. Now, what I mean by that is nothing derogative, but I'm the one that's not easily conformed.
Right.
I'm always the one asking questions. I'm always the one bucking back, saying, well, wait a minute, that don't sound right. Exactly.
What's wrong with that
See,
picture?
Just because, I'm gonna tell you something about that television set. TV
tells
tells
lies
lies
to
to your
your
vision.
vision.
And you know, we sit in front of that TV, man, that is what you call social engineering going on.
Yep. Programming.
So while I'm being programmed to love you and to hate myself,
Thank you.
subtly but constantly.
Exactly, bro.
And I'm like, yo,
Oh,
something
man.
wrong with this picture, man. And then you go to the book. I call it the coded book. They call it the King James Bible.
Hello.
And nobody talks about the Council of Nicaea when they even decided which books would go in. And by the way, this happened hundreds of years after the so-called Get Down. You know what I'm saying? Which we just so-called celebrated a couple days back, right?
Risen of
Right. So really,
Whoever.
they hijacked, talking about stolen, they hijacked it, crafted it
But it's
as a
funny
tool
when you
for
really
control.
look at yes.
But and it brings tears to my eyes. How in the hell does 20% of the world population, the weakest, the dumbest, you know what I'm saying?
More like 10%.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, they're 20% now.
Yeah, okay.
But how do they concoct or implant in everybody mind on the planet that they're superior to everybody?
What is it? Gun,
20% of the population controlling 80% of the population.
Gun, steel, and germs.
Gun, steals, and germs.
The book my son
But I'm gonna break it down to you like this now.
Yeah.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, once we start loving each other,
Right.
they ain't got enough bullets, they ain't got enough guns,
Right.
they ain't got enough.
Oh, the hit is
Once we start loving each other, but see, we get it mixed up into thinking, well, you know, love love, wait a minute, love will conquer evil.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That don't mean love them. That mean love us. You see what I'm saying? Because if they come after you, I understand they came after me.
Yeah.
And because I love you, I want to help to protect you. You see what I'm saying? That's the love that we need to implant in our mind. Not loving our enemy. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no way you gonna get on top loving your enemy. That's a sure ride to hell and to death. Loving our enemy. You see what I'm saying? But you know, that's what we got. Only love can conquer hate.
Professor James Small calls it, and I think I'm right when he calls it lekatsu. When I see you, I see you.
Right.
Right.
Exactly right.
But I'm glad you mentioned the 20%. I was thinking 10%, but you know,
What they aren't
on Westland, Dr.
Yeah.
Francis Westland.
Yes.
And talked about the fear of annihilation. And don't get me wrong, because in my heart, like I said, being true to self means I'm not going to foster and cultivate and massage a feeling of hate, because that's part of this game too.
That is true.
See? So my thing
Lower
is,
vibration.
right, and so my thing is about clarity. I just want to, you know, my religion is reality.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? And so what I'm checking out is, yes, how can I not take it personal the last 400, 500 years? At the same time, if I really look at okay, the other 80% of the planet, people of black skin hue or African descent aren't the only ones that's come under this suppression.
Thank you.
It's happened in Asia. It's
India.
happened in South America. It's happened throughout the Pacific
Americas.
Isles
Yeah.
and all of the Americas and through the Middle East. It's still happening to this day. And so I have to ask myself the question, and to all the white folk out there, it's not an attack, but it's a question I want you to ask yourself too. What's that all about? You know, so why is the method so aggressive and so violent? Why is it necessary to put people, human beings,
Under domination.
that on Sunday you call your brother and love for all, and every other day of the week you're trying to put them
Annihilate,
under your
dominate.
heel? Why is that necessary? See, because we can talk good, but at the end of the day, it do what it do.
Yeah.
So what I'm talking about is what it do. And I don't know what's the answer to that. And Dr. Westling does bring up an interesting point. If you haven't checked her out, Frances Westling, check out her theories about biological annihilation.
There you go.
It's
The
deep
bamboozle.
embedded.
The bamboozle.
Yeah, check that out.
It's in their DNA.
It
It's
is.
in their blood.
Neanderthal. Mankind. No human elements in them whatsoever. Neanderthal. Now I want to ask a question now. Now, I want to ask a question, right?
Right from the hip.
Now, I want to ask a question. No, seriously now. You know, we get together. Huh, babe?
He's recording. What do you need?
Oh, wow.
Now, if y'all want to have some of these fresh, organic
It's okay
fruits
to
that y'all
take
want to
whatever
eat,
you wanna take.
you can have them. Take what you want now. You know what I'm saying? Fresh, no chemical pesticides. You know,
That's bad.
they want to put chemicals on and say, oh, this keep the insects off. We say, the insect don't want to eat it, we don't want to eat it. You see what I'm saying? So, you see what I'm saying? So we like, if they eat a couple of tomatoes, hey, no problem. If they eat a watermelon, that means it's good. You see what I'm saying? We don't want them to eat it all, but you know, hey, we'll get something out the deal. But my point is now, you know, we as melanated people, the superior people, and that ain't just my opinion, that's factual. That's proven. You see what I'm saying? Now we understand that war has been declared on us. What is our response other than rhetoric? Uh-oh. Wait a minute, crickets. Why am I hearing crickets?
And the word self-empowerment. So what's the question? So what does that look like?
Okay.
That's the real question. See, because Dr. King, I think, said it so profoundly. A man can't ride your back if you're standing up straight.
Thank you.
So one of the things that I think, and you know, and it's gotta permeate into the minds and the psychology of our youth. When we talked about that switch turning off, we gotta find a way to keep that switch turned on. We gotta find a way to educate ourselves. We gotta find a way to nurture our knowledge of our own culture. And so this is the only way to feel like a dignified human being. If you don't feel like a dignified human being, you're gonna tune out, no matter what that look like. You're gonna tune out. So this should be done any and every place we are, but I think here on the continent of Africa, it's a must, because as Africa go, that's how
So
all
does
the
the world.
diasporans
Thank
gonna
you.
go.
So does
Thank
the
you.
world.
And so does the world,
So
right?
This is why I want to throw my lot in, my energies and resources, any capabilities that the divine has put into me to express. I want to throw it in here on the continent of my DNA ancestry.
Thank you.
Okay, and to try to foster that spirit and that mindset and let it spread around the world. You see what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's at least that's in part how I would respond to
Right.
the question.
Got you, then. Jatoon, same, or you want to ponder
She pull
a
up
little
the
bit more?
shotgun, too.
Huh?
That's the only thing with her. She would add the shotgun. You know, I got the shotgun.
Warrior sister.
But, you know,
Warrior sister.
I'd be
Warrior
reluctant to
sister.
pull it out first.
All right,
But
then.
try it first. the way
All
I
right.
said it.
Got you, then. How about y'all, family? Now, what? Your foot, man. Okay, go. So, what's y'all coming, man? What's y'all response? I mean, what is our response to what devils have done to us? What is our response other than rhetoric? Because, you know, honestly, we've had this conversation 10 years ago.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You see what I'm saying? And here we are now having a conversation
We're
now.
gonna keep having a conversation.
But we
The fight don't stop
exactly,
until we win.
exactly,
So whatever the fight look like,
right,
whether it look like you come back to Africa, whether it look like you stay wherever you at in the diaspora,
right.
You go about the business of educating your people, empowering your people, then that's what it look like.
Right.
The fight don't stop. Okay, the fight don't stop until we win.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Exactly right. It ain't over until it's
Gotta keep
over.
fighting.
There you go. Exactly right. So I'm coming back to y'all. Can they recognize y'all from y'all knees?
No, I don't think so.
Right, right.
So what can I ask y'all? I mean, so what do you think our response should be to what's been declared on us, the war that's been declared on us? Take it down a little bit more. Saw your shirt symbol. So anyway, what do y'all think our response should be to win this war other than rhetoric?
I think, like we said earlier, accountability and unity.
Okay.
I think a few years ago, and education. A few years ago, a friend of mine, he propositioned us in North Carolina to open up a snow cone business. It was a group of us. It failed, but what we learned out of everything is that we didn't trust each other.
Whoa. Now that's deep there, brother. That is deep.
Yes, sir. We didn't
Wow.
trust each other. So everybody put in their resources, but they held back a lot. And then when everything fell apart, they looked and we all blamed each other.
Wow.
Conditioning, that delusional condition.
Oh my God.
So
That's that
it's,
self-hate.
I think it's the education of self,
Yeah.
unity, and then accountability to reinforce that.
Right. Okay. You got anything to add to that, Mama?
No, he said it all.
Okay then. All right. All right. So how do y'all feel, or what do y'all feel is an appropriate response in regard to what the enemy, and they are the enemy now, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if one person buys a bag of rice, give us some cooking oil, or build us a borehole in our community, they still are the enemy because they're taking out more than they're putting in. So what do y'all think our response to the enemy, other than rhetoric, other than talking and having endless conversations? What do y'all think?
We have to, I mean, I agree with everyone here, but we also have to put actions to it because we talk action. I teach my kids that if your words don't align with your actions, for me, it's null and void. So
Right.
we talk a lot, but then, you know, every time that they kill us, every time that they do steal this, we we fall back. You know, they give us a little distraction.
Thank you.
And then we fall back and then we forget, you know.
Until they do it again.
Yeah, until our words align with our actions, with accountability and with educating, I mean, that's where we need to work. And people that have like-minded minds have to come together and do that. We also have to control the narrative. Like, we have to have our own, you know, and that's my perspective. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. You know, I had a calling in 2015. I had a vision about coming here. Everybody thought I was crazy. You know, I even told them, get your passports back then. And when I told them when the jab, when the, you know, when the thing was going on, and people couldn't get their passports, I was like, remember I told you to prepare because America's gonna fall. I kept telling them America was gonna fall in its time. But if we don't have the actions aligned with our words and accountability and educating, I mean, one person can make a difference. You know, a small group of people can change. You know, manifest something. So we have to control the narrative instead of always going, you know, to a certain group of people to buy certain things. Learn what they're doing. Learn what their mistakes. Watch your enemy. You know, that's a marketing strategy.
That's it.
That's a marketing strategy.
Yep.
You know, learn, research. You know, go in there and see how they are working our people, and then turn it, flip it around, and make it benefit our people. And if they can do cement, then we should.
Thank you.
These cheap wheelbarrows that I saw, you know, here, I'm like, we can make that. You know,
Exactly.
why can't we make that? You know, and change the narrative. If we need to have our supplies, you know, warehouse like they do here, we need to start doing that so we can control the narrative, and then we'll take our rightful place, you know, where we're supposed to be globally.
Thank you.
Yeah, but all that talk, you know, until you start doing, even people, you know, when they come to me and, you know, say, you know, black first and this, that, and the other, I'm like, well, show me, what are you doing? You know, what is it, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What can we, how can we collaborate?
Thank you.
You know, and then with them, I learned in America that no matter what their differences are, whether it's religion, whatever it is, they will come together, and that's what we have to get to a point where we must, even though we have differences, even though we will never agree. No one's ever going to agree.
Got that right.
But we have to come together for a common goal.
Right.
That's the betterment of our people, especially for our youth. I have children, you know, and I have children that are having children, and the generations to come. So that's my perspective.
Right. Got you. Well said.
You know what I mean? As I say, like, you know, because I know I've been there in America, but right now the world
You guys still want to
just
take a
a
picture?
small village.
Oh.
They want to take a picture.
Oh. So hold.
Wanna pause?
Yeah, I'm gonna pause right quick because they're about to leave.
Yeah.
They're about to leave now.
Someone's waiting for them. So.
Okay. Hold on, y'all.
It's